Galaxy's Edge is a Star Wars fan's dream, where you can experience a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away like few other places can. However, like R2-D2 on a mission to find Obi-Wan Kenobi, I traveled to Batuu on a mission of my own to experience everything Galaxy's Edge has to offer in just one day. My bucket list includes 12 experiences, and I can't return home unless I finish the list.
Let's say we go to Galaxy's Edge.
First, I met up with my friend John, who let me borrow some of the equipment I needed for this trip. Can we spam the comments? I love you, John! He also got me some amazing gifts for my game room / lightsaber studio. I packed my bags, and it was time to go to the airport. One thing I get really excited about is getting an airport coffee. If there's one thing I'm looking forward to on this trip, it's going to Galaxy's Edge and having a good time and relaxing. If there's two things, it's Salacious. You'll understand later. I've said too much. I enjoy flying so much, especially when I'm going to a destination like Galaxy's Edge. I grabbed my favorite snack and a brand new game, and off we went. We made it to Florida and got ready, but first, we had to make 2 pit stops. First, we stopped in Epcot, and we had to say hello to Mario in the brand new Epic Universe at Universal Studios. If I was gonna go to Galaxy's Edge, it was gonna be in style.
Yeah, I could get used to that.
And by the way, it's not a trip to Galaxy's Edge unless you're listening to Samuel Kim on the way in. If I was gonna get to all 12 challenges in one day at Galaxy's Edge, I was gonna have to have a tight schedule. The park opened at 9 o'clock, and we had a Droid Depot appointment at 10, so we rushed over to pilot the famous Millennium Falcon at Smuggler's Run. After saying hi to Hondo Anaka and Chewie, it was time to board. I had an absolute blast. I can't wait to come back and try the updated version of this with the Mandalorian and Grogu. I must look like a guy who can just press glowing buttons. I've only ever been the engineer. Apparently I can only press green blinking buttons. It's fine, I'm really good at it. So we just got off Smuggler's Run. We got into the park at 9:05, we got on, it's 9:55. We went through the entire thing, the ride, clutch timing. Now, we're off to build a droid. I was pleasantly surprised how awesome the Droid Depot experience was. We had several options to choose from, including the R2 and R5 style astromechs, as well as the one that looks like Chopper from Rebels. Ultimately, we went with a BB-8 style droid, and we named it BB-4. We even got to see it interact with other droids at Batuu. Okay, so this next task is not actually a part of Galaxy's Edge, but come on. Come on. The world-famous Star Tours is just outside Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios. It was 10:27, and we had to book it to get a ride in before our 11 o'clock reservation at Oga's Cantina. Star Tours never gets old. It completely authentically feels like Star Wars, and it helps that they're always updating it with new characters and missions. I grabbed my 3D glasses, and it was go time. Oga's Cantina is a pretty immersive, mostly standing room only Star Wars hangout with a few rules that fit my day perfectly. Rule 1 is there's a 45-minute limit, so this is just finger foods, really. Rule 2 is there's a 2-drink limit, and since I just wanted a fancy mocktail, mission accomplished.
Anyway, here is the delicious. Is it good?
Oh, it's delicious.
Awesome.
So good. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden I started coughing. What a noob. Tell me that's not the coolest bubble tea you've ever seen, and I'll call you a lying scoundrel. This was the most delicious bread I've had in my entire life. And this is me fanboying hard over a Luke Skywalker lightsaber tap handle. Why don't they call them bursting Boba Fett? Then I was off to start my search for the 3 limited edition Disney exclusive Coca-Colas featuring Star Wars characters. But first, blue milk time. Hello, how are you? Can we just get 1 blue milk, please? Remember the thing I said about boba? Apparently they already thought about it. So I guess they don't have the special Coke in Galaxy's Edge, but I've heard they have it right outside, so we're gonna check it out. Do you guys have the character Cokes for Star Wars? Well, we'll take 1 of each. It's the most expensive Coke I ever bought. Definitely the most expensive Coke I'm ever gonna drink, but it's all good. It's worth it. Too closer to our goal of collecting them all. Now, off to Galaxy's Edge to film some Guess the Character. I filmed a few Guess the Star Wars Character shorts under the Millennium Falcon and got a little thirsty. Time for a green milk run. Most people don't like the green milk. I'm not most people. I don't see what the fuss is about. I think the green milk is just fine. Alright folks, we gotta visit my favorite place in Galaxy's Edge, Dok-Ondar's. I'm just gonna look at the lightsabers though. I don't need another lightsaber. I'm not gonna buy one, no. My mind is made up. I am not buying another lightsaber. I bought a lightsaber. It was inevitable. Dok-Ondar's Den of Antiquities is one of my favorite parts of Galaxy's Edge, which is no surprise, seeing how many different lightsabers there are to choose from. But it's not just lightsabers. It's clothing, accessories, and some of the coolest Star Wars merch around. Seriously, I could spend all day there, plus a lot of money. Next, I was off to eat some lunch at Docking Bay 7. My favorite memory from my last trip here was eating while staring at the Millennium Falcon and daydreaming about which lightsaber I wanted to get at Doc's. I got some Batuu and beef, naturally finished my daughter's Tip Yip Youngling meal, and tried to set a good example by eating a vegetable. This one's for you, Ryan Trahan. After a quick ledge selfie with the Millennium Falcon, it was off to Black Spire Outpost Marketplace to shop and see if my forbidden friend, Salacious Crumb, was there. Black Spire Outpost is a cosplayer's dream, and they have the best selection of lovable, cuddly Star Wars creatures and stuffed animals, including Nix from Star Wars Outlaws. And then, I saw him. Someone who could simultaneously bring so much joy and disgust to my household. There's one thing my wife made me promise that we couldn't get while we're here and bring home. I'm about to break that promise. The man, the myth, the Kowakian monkey lizard, Salacious B. Crumb. More like Kowakian monkey legend, am I right? Oh please, take a picture, it'll last longer. I had to stop for one of my favorite beverages, a cold brew calf, and some blue popcorn. Then we had a few minutes before we could use our lightning lane pass on Rise of the Resistance. So we sat down to check out my new prized possession I had picked up at Dok-Ondar's, my Anakin Padawan lightsaber. What I'm about to show you might be disturbing to some audiences. I know. Terrifying. So we booked it back to Doc's and exchanged our minimally damaged hilt for a new one. Building my own lightsaber is one of the coolest experiences of my life. Now I didn't build a Savi's Workshop lightsaber this trip, but last year I did, and here's a quick look. You can choose from 4 and sometimes 5 different hilt options, which I cover in full in that video over there. I thought about mine for months. I even made up a character named Yorl, who is much like Baylan Skoll, a former Jedi who isn't necessarily on either side of the conflict, but is a former Jedi and now collects relics, including famous lightsabers. Yorl is my last name Leroy backwards. What? We saw Rey and ran to the Rise of the Resistance, which is peak Disney Imagineering when it comes to rides, and something every Star Wars fan should make a priority when they go to Galaxy's Edge. Seriously, there's nothing like that first time you see the Stormtroopers on the First Order Star Destroyer. The premise is you're on a mission with familiar Resistance heroes when your ship is captured by the First Order. You encounter several First Order foes, including Kylo Ren, before escaping with the help of Finn on a wild ride. Woo! Rise of the Resistance, best ride ever. Best ride ever. It was almost time to go, so we started asking every pop stand in sight about the third and final Coke that we were missing, which featured Chewbacca. I had no luck. While filming a few more shorts near a golden R2-D2 and BB-8, we decided to go to one last merch store. So I've been looking all day for the Chewbacca Coke Zero. No one has it. They said it's like 1 per case. However, you keep digging, and you will find it. Let's go, Chewy Roar. I've been digging like a lunatic all day through any Coke case I could find, and I got it. Who's the sucker now? While roaming Hollywood Boulevard, I began to reflect on how thankful I was to be able to go on this trip with my daughter and spend this time together. It also made me think about how much time we all spend buried in our phones instead of enjoying each other's company. So maybe you'll think of this video the next time you go to Doom Scroll, or pop in a Star Wars movie instead. All I know is there was only one thing left that I needed to do.